What's up, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Variant the Podcast for two reasons. First and foremost, this is going to be a Q&A episode.
I'm so scared about today. I got to be honest with you, man. I'm so terrified. Okay.
Well, it's a Q&A episode, so we went on our social media and we asked the Variant Nation to give us questions to answer here on the show. So that's
as we promised you guys.
Yeah. Right. So that's why we have the bucket here, a bunch of questions. But to make it more fun, to make it more exciting for our audience, the Variant Nation, I came up with a brilliant idea, wouldn't you say?
I don't know if I would use the word brilliant as much as gross.
Well, you kind of inspired it in a weird way.
I did, unfortunately. Yeah.
So a few weeks back, you kind of threw on me the hot seat thing where you asked me a bunch of questions on the podcast. And it was a really good idea. I love that. But it was like, it kind of got the brains turning. Like, what else could we do?
He's like, how can I get back at this son of a...
So we have a bunch of questions in here from Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. But also in there is almost an equal amount of, let's say...
We'll call them bombs.
Bombs, right? They're titled Eat Up. Because if we pull out a piece of paper in here that says Eat Up, we will have to eat these Bean Boozled jelly beans, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, right? And what they are, they're kind of like the Harry Potter jelly beans, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
But these are different where, so, well, first, let's just go over the flavors in here. So,
And just to put this in context, okay? My kids have been trying to get me to do this with them for literally years.
Okay.
And I have a thing, as you know,
right,
with disgusting, gross tasting things. I don't like,
which makes this all the more fun.
I don't like putting things. I don't like eating things that I know. Like, it's like when that person goes, "Oh, this is disgusting. Taste this." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, no, get away. Why would I do such a thing? So this is like, to my children, enjoy.
Well, I guess let's before I get into this, let's lay out the rules first, right? Before I explain tell what flavors are in here. So basically, we're gonna go every other, right? So you'll pull a question, I'll pull a question. But if you pull a normal question, you'll just answer the question, right? And then it'll be my turn. But if on my turn I pull an Eat Up, then I have to come over here and spin this little wheel of death here and pull whatever it lands on. Now, the cool thing about Bean Boozled is just because you're going to eat a jelly bean doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a bad flavor. So, like,
that's true.
That's true. So, like, toasted marshmallow could be toasted marshmallow, but also the flavor of stink bug. So, or you have barf, which is also peach.
Come on, man. Don't say barf.
So, I'll go on here. So we got stink bug, rotten egg, barf, booger, stinky socks, dead fish, spoiled milk, canned dog food, toothpaste, which is that really bad, toothpaste? Like, really?
I think of all the things that you just named, toothpaste would be the most favorable.
Yeah, but it's like, we put toothpaste in our mouths every morning and night. Like, how is that bad?
I don't think that that's a major loss.
Okay.
Dead fish?
And the last one, dirty dishwater.
That's a hard pass.
Yeah, but again, like, there's also good flavors. So just because you pull a white one, it's either dirty dishwater or birthday cake, and everyone loves birthday cake. So basically, that's how it goes.
I've got a strong stomach. I'm just hoping my gag reflex doesn't kick in somewhere along the lines here.
And then there is about 3 or 4 super bombs in here, which are titled, I Had a Bad Day, which obviously reference to the Killing Joke, the Joker, and all that stuff. But also what that means, if we pull that out, we have to not eat 1, but 2 in a row. So, I mean, let's see how this goes. Do you want?
I didn't sign up for this.
You want to kick it off?
I guess. Whatever. Fair enough. Man. All right. Look, we should move Stan out of the way.
Yeah, we can move Stan. We'll put him on.
So let's Stan, you got to take a seat for a second here.
All right. Stan is safe and secure on the floor.
Put the questions right here in the middle.
Okay.
And there we go. And now you can see our wheel of death as well. For those of you watching, that is.
So, do you think you're going to pull a question? Or do you think you're going to get a bomb, as we're calling them?
I really hope so. All right. So, and there's an equal amount here of bombs versus questions.
It's the ratio is actually, like, I would say 60% questions, 40% bombs. That way we are answering a lot of questions.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Let's see how my luck is doing today.
I'm so excited.
Let's see. Oh God. So nervous right now.
This is like the best part.
Oh God. Okay. It's a question. It's a question.
I'm a little disappointed now.
Yes. And it is a Twitter question. This is coming from Scott Wayne at AO78. AO78.
Ayo.
There we go. And the question is, what's your favorite comic book character and why?
Ooh.
Solid question.
That is a very good question.
That's a solid question.
Yes.
All right. And so just to clarify, we're just whoever pools the question answers the question just for the sake of time.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So my favorite comic book character in all of comics is a little bit hard because there's a couple tough ones, but I would have to say it falls to the Hulk for me.
I knew that one.
That is going to be probably my favorite. And there's a couple of reasons why, but the biggest one is the conflict of this dark and light side within the character himself.
Right.
And he's constantly being pulled and torn between these two things, these two worlds. And initially where he can't even control it. And there's this constant struggle. And it's that contrast and that inner conflict of the character that kind of reflects real life.
Right.
For pretty much all of humanity, right?
Yeah.
So we all have the parts of us that we wish we didn't have, right? Our weaknesses, our faults, whatever you want to call them. We all have that. We all struggle with our own vices on various levels, and they manifest different ways. And I just love that, exploring that part of humanity within that character and that whole Jekyll Hyde scenario. It's why I love Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Right, yeah.
It's classic literature and the monster stories as well.
Stanley used that too.
He very much
it was
did,
inspiration for the Hulk.
Absolutely. So that is my favorite comic book character, and that is why.
That is why. Does that mean it's my turn now?
Now you're up, man. God bless you. Good luck.
I really feel like I'm gonna get a
You
bad
can't
one.
look. Don't be cheating now.
I'm not looking.
You can't look. It's a question.
It is a question, and it is from Instagram. Oh no way! We talked about because we knew what questions we were putting in. Obviously,
Right.
All right, so this is from @little_8ILL, and the question is how to fix Batman v.
Oh, you got
Superman.
the good one. We both liked this question, so thank you for sending this question in. We both wanted this one.
Yeah.
And you were the winner. So good luck.
This could easily, I feel like, could be a whole podcast topic
Without question.
So
yeah.
for the sake of trying to condense it, I think the easiest way to explain how I personally would do it to people would make it more in the vein of the Justice League animated series. So, the Bruce Timmverse and stuff like that, where you do have these adult themes and stuff like that, but there's still that element of like fun there, you know what I mean? Because characters like Superman and Wonder Woman, like their core principles are all about hope and saving people and stuff like that. So for me personally, I'm not, I wasn't super excited for seeing a more gritty version of Superman and, all that stuff. And even Batman, where obviously, and stuff like The Dark Knight Returns and other stories and definitely Elseworld stories, Batman's been a lot grittier. But I'm very... I like the classic versions of characters.
Right.
So I like that Kevin Conroy Batman that, just has become the Batman of like our generation, really, because it's even translated into the comic books and stuff like that. But even people like Denny O'Neil and stuff like that, who've done all these great runs on Batman. So I would just do something, in the vein of that. Again, I could elaborate a lot, but that would be really, really deep. I would recast Lex Luthor. And basically kind of shift the story around. I wouldn't have Doomsday in it at all. I would make the whole movie just leading up to the big fight between Batman and Superman, where that's the main conflict, not, them fighting and then be like, oh, our moms have the same name. Let's go fight Doomsday now. You know what I mean? So those are the big points I think I would personally change. But maybe we should talk about this in a later podcast episode because we can elaborate on this.
Yeah, that would be a fun one. So your question might even become an entire podcast. So
look at that.
Thanks for that. That's actually a really fun question that we'll address again in the future. All right, so I guess
it's your turn.
Round 2. Here we go.
Your turn.
Here we go. Don't fail me now.
Let's see. I could peek in the bucket.
Okay. Son of a... It was inevitable.
Yes,
it was going to happen.
Okay,
to me. I said it. I said before we started, this was going to happen.
Was it eat it up or I had a bad day?
Eat up.
Okay,
it's eat up. All right.
So you have to spin the wheel, but just because you got it you might get a good flavored one, and you love jelly beans. So
no, I do love jelly beans.
Yeah, so you might get
which you can tell visually. But this is not the type of jelly beans that I look forward to.
Oh, let's see. Let's even see what it's gonna land on. What is it? Is that booger?
It's oh my god.
That's booger.
It's freaking
It's booger.
unbelievable.
Okay. So for the people listening, you might pull
oh my god.
a booger or a juicy
pear.
Or juicy pear.
Juicy pear or booger. Okay, so come on. This is ridiculous. Why did you come up with this idea? This is the worst idea you've ever had in your life.
So you gotta pull one of the green ones. I'm looking at 3.
So this one? This green?
You could do that one or the other green.
Oh my God.
Which green? Because this one could be the pear, and
Can
that
you
one
smell
could be the booger. No, you can't smell it. Don't smell
Does
it.
it have a smell?
You can't cheat.
Oh, Lord Jesus, help me.
I'm so excited.
Okay, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. It's a kid's game. It's a kid's game.
Look, Tim, listen.
Okay.
Before you start
Oh
chewing,
man, I'm about to be really relieved or hate you a lot.
You could have a booger stuck in your molar. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. There's nothing for it. There's nothing for it. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. Okay. Holy shit. Ah. Just got to push through, gang. You just got to push through.
This is good.
Oh, no.
Oh, you so
No. Nope.
So is it like salty? Is it
Don't say that. Not right now. Oh my God.
Oh man, I apologize in advance if I am laughing directly into the mic and it's peaking. But this is hilarious, guys. For those of you watching, it's on our YouTube channel, not listening.
Oh.
It's way it's way more fun to watch. Oh man, okay. I like how I'm like laughing at you, but watch now. I'm gonna get one.
All right. So for those of you wondering, in case you couldn't guess, that was a booger, and that was super fun.
Already worth it.
Oh boy.
All right, but that also means if
There's
you pull
one less.
There's one less, but that also means
Oh, it's
that was
stuck in my teeth. You were 100% right, and I can't get it out now.
And we don't have toothbrushes
I
with us
just
here.
have perpetual booger in my mouth.
Oh God.
Thank you.
But also that was your turn, so now it's back to me.
Now it's back to you.
So unfortunately you had to
I
eat.
need this time. I need this moment.
All right, I'll go. Not looking.
Okay, so
I choose you,
I hope.
Pikachu.
I can only hope.
No, it's a question.
Son of a... Come on.
All right, this is a Twitter question from JTF Fernando 029, and he says, "What was your best experience while you were reading a comic book?"
That's a good question. Solid question, my man.
Best experience. I think my best experience. I think it's probably my childhood, like stuff like that. My fondest memories. I actually think I talked about this on the podcast before. Some of my fondest memories is going to Barnes and Noble with my dad because he would go there to work and stuff on like the cafe area and stuff, and he would be there for like 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours. So I would go off to the graphic novel section, and then I would get the Masterworks volumes from Marvel and stuff like that, or just like the omnibus from DC.
That'll fill up an afternoon.
Right, for sure, and sit there and read all the classic like Stan Lee, Steve Ditko stories. Like all the old Batman stories, all the classic stuff. So that's kind of why, like, because even though I was, I'm really young in comparison to like, actually reading like all these 40s, 50s, 60s comics, I kind of grew up with them anyway because that's what got me into comics. You know what I mean? So before I even bought comics at the comic book store, I see you struggling with the book.
Dude, I'm still getting it out of my freaking teeth.
So, before actually getting my own comic books from the comic book store, that's kind of what got me into it. And it's obviously the cartoons and movies, like I said, like that animated series and Batman. But that, got me reading them at Barnes and Nobles when I'd go there with my dad, and then eventually the comic book store. So those are probably my fondest memories because, it was just fun. Like, when you're a kid, you just want to go anywhere with your dad. And then on top of that, you're like, oh, yeah, I'll get like a brownie from the cafe while reading like Spider-Man. And then that led to going to comic book shops like every other week. So
yeah,
that one.
That'll stick with you.
Yep.
Nice.
But now we're back to you, Tim.
All right. Here we go.
We're back to you.
Okay.
I swear.
I don't know if I can handle another one of those. I'm be honest with you. But, okay.
Is it really still in your mouth? Is it stuck
No,
there?
I'm not kidding. Yeah, it is legit stuck in my teeth.
It's inevitable before...
No freaking way.
What is it? Is it?
I told you.
I had a bad.
This is my luck.
Oh no, guys!
This is what always, every single time. I had a bad day.
You gotta eat not one.
I don't. Okay,
but two.
Oh, you wait. I'm gonna start working now. This is okay. Two. Okay.
Oh man.
You know what? There's nothing for it.
Oh man.
Just got to get after it.
All right, let's
let me just take a second to gather myself. All right, here we go. This better not be. Oh, buddy, stay away from booger. That's all I know. All right, we landed on.
What is it?
Oh my God.
What is it? Let me look.
Buttered popcorn or rotten egg. Oh man, I am really starting to dislike you at this point. All right. So what is? I don't even know what color that is.
What is it?
Is that this disgusting looking thing?
Yeah, that's definitely it.
All right,
That's
I'm
got
gonna spin. I'm gonna spin for the second one, so I can just line them up.
Okay,
Let's just knock this down, shall we?
What is that? one?
Oh, Jesus Lord! It's coconut or spoiled milk. So we've got potentially spoiled milk and rotten egg in the exact same round.
This legitimately could be a very bad day for you.
Yeah.
So it's white, right?
All right.
It's
Is
one of the
it
white ones?
Yeah, I guess. All right, I'm just gonna go with this one.
All right. So
All right, so this is
well, you gotta do the egg one first. You gotta do
no matter
order.
how you slice it, this is a hot freaking mess.
So let's see. Let's get
All
the
right,
little
this
chart
is
here.
either buttered popcorn or rotten egg.
Everyone loves popcorn, Tim. Who doesn't like popcorn?
Oh man. Okay. Don't be rotten egg. Don't be rotten egg. Don't be rotten egg. Don't be rotten egg. Don't be rotten egg.
I think you're good. I think you're actually gonna get buttered popcorn. I have a feeling.
You suck so bad. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't wanna. Okay, here we go. Oh,
Your kids are gonna love this.
This is the worst. This is the worst thing you've ever done to me. This is the worst thing. All right. Whew. It's gonna be rotten egg. I know it is. Yep.
Is oh half of this podcast is just gonna be me laughing hysterically.
That's not okay. It's not okay.
Which one's worse, booger or rotten egg? This one. This one.
You just gotta swallow it like a pill. Just.
To your credit, I thought you were gonna spit them out.
Ooh.
You're actually you're swallowing.
Oh, just
them.
know when you gotta swallow it.
You should just like pop them like Tylenol. Like, you know what I mean? Just chew once and swallow that sucker.
Son, that's terrible. That's terrible. Who created this?
I don't know, man.
Who made these?
The jelly bean
You
company?
are an evil, wicked scientist. All right. Oh God.
Could you
I'm sorry.
imagine like if one of like the CEO of like Jelly Belly or whatever is like watching? They're like, "Hey, you want us to sponsor?" And you're like, "No, I do not."
No, I don't. You're perpetrating terrorism on the world. All right, this is the second one. This one is what is this one? This is spoiled milk or coconut. All right, here we go. Just nothing for it.
Spoiled milk. Does that mean it's chunky? Didn't they put chunks in it?
Stop it. Why are you gonna make this worse? I'm gonna freaking
I
vomit.
was just saying, man.
All right, here we go.
It's gotta be authentic.
Oh boy, I don't know. Unbelievable. Effing believable. Oh my.
Oh man, dude, that is 3 for 3. Oh man, you're making. You know when you laugh so hard, like you're getting a headache. Oh man, you're gonna make me go full Joker up in here with all this laughing.
No.
Oh, does the
Pick your stupid question.
Is the tea helping? All right, it's my turn. Let's see.
Oh my God.
All right,
I just want to be clear.
I found one.
just got.
Oh, Tim, it's my turn.
Yes.
He was inevitable. It was
I
inevitable.
just want to say we did like little test draws before we started here, and neither of us picked one.
It's true.
We finally start rolling, and we have now drawn 3. 3.
Eat them up.
Let's do it.
Or eat up.
Oh, I'm so happy right now.
All right, let's.
I currently have spoiled milk and rotten eggs stuck in my teeth, and the taste that won't go away. So I'm looking forward to seeing whatever gross, disgusting thing you get. Okay,
on the line
spoiled
again?
milk.
It's spoiled milk?
Spoiled milk or
So it's-
coconut.
So it's this white one, right?
And I just know you're gonna get coconut. I absolutely know you are going.
I'm
to
gonna do the method. You know when you're taking like the SATs and stuff like that, they say always go with your first guess.
Yeah, just take the first pick.
So my eye went to this one. So we can agree this is a milk one, right?
That is a milk.
Okay,
one, yes.
so this is the one I'm gonna do.
Okay.
All right. It does suck.
There's nothing for it.
It sucks being on this side. Okay. I'm just kidding. I'm like, how did we forget to bring toothbrushes?
Take it all in. Yes.
All right.
Let it become part of you.
Oh man.
Num 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 num. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I told you. I was not exaggerating.
It's literally stuck in my tooth.
Oh no. Dude, I'm telling you. Okay, just to be clear, if you've never played this game, some of these are really disgusting. Like really, I don't know what you're putting in these jelly beans, but this is biochemical warfare.
Oh my God.
Wow, don't you aren't you glad you came up with this?
Dude, that is bad. Oh my God.
Terrible. Terrible.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need a second.
I'm nervous.
That is,
I'm telling you, disgusting.
dude, it's stuck
Spoiled
in like my bottom molar.
Milk. Yeah. I still have some extra spoiled milk and rotten egg tucked in there. Thankfully, the booger is gone.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I can continue to swallow those. That is really bad.
I had to spit out the rotten milk, the rotten egg one. I mean, I had to spit out the rotten egg.
So you didn't swallow every single one.
I swallowed most of the rotten egg one. I could not get through all of rotten egg. I had to spit out a part of that because that was disgusting.
Okay, your turn, Tim.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
I still have it.
Okay, question.
Ooh.
Thank God. Here we go. We've got another Twitter question, and this is from Liam Parnham. And the question is, who would win in a fight, Batman or Deadpool?
Ooh.
Also, is there any being that could create a galaxy out of nothing? Oh, wow, that's like two completely separate questions.
It is. It's a twofer.
Are there beings that can create galaxies out of nothing? Yes, there's quite a few of them.
One sec. I kind of just did like an internal burp, and the flavor.
Are you reliving it?
It's still in there.
You're reliving it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be there for a bit. So enjoy that.
Okay.
Yeah, little spoiled milk action for you. Okay, so who would win in a fight, Batman or Deadpool? Of course, the question always goes to, if Batman has time to prepare, could he beat anyone? That sort of a thing. In this case, if it's just a straight up head to head, Deadpool takes it. Why? Because he could, he has one of the greatest, if not the greatest healing factors in all of comics. And so no matter what Batman does to him, he'll just regenerate. He's also one of the greatest assassins. He'll just regenerate. He can do whatever he wants. He can actually even turn himself into a kamikaze weapon and literally just blow himself up with Batman. He'll regenerate and Batman's done.
I don't know if I agree with that, but hey, that is your question, Tim.
Yeah, so that's mine. Now, the question is, if Batman has time to prepare, knows who Deadpool is, and has time to prepare, Batman could probably beat him at some point. But in a straight head-to-head, I'm picking Deadpool.
Over 100 forms of martial arts, that's all I'm saying.
But like I said, it's kind of like the argument of who would win Batman, Superman. It's like, yeah, it's all fun and games, but Superman literally could just fly up and just laser him into ash, and Batman's toast.
Hey, it's not my question, okay?
Yeah.
It's not my question.
Yeah. So anyway, I say Deadpool. Also, is there any beings that could create a galaxy out of nothing? Of course, the answer to that is yes. There's quite a number of them, so I don't think we need to go into the list. Yeah, there's quite a few, but Dr. Manhattan would be one if we want to throw one out. But there's quite a few.
New 52, anyone? All right.
Yep. All right. Moving on. You're up again, and God, I hope you get another eat up.
I gotta say, I
think you're due for I had a bad day.
After getting an eat up, I'm more terrified now. Yeah. Like once you've experienced the misery,
because you're still enjoying it. Like it's a gift that keeps giving with some of these because they get stuck in there, and so like I'm still tasting.
I got a question.
Oh man,
I got a question. This is an Instagram question.
Okay.
From emanny_Z, and he asks, who would win, Doctor Strange or the Green Lantern?
Ooh, solid.
That is a good one. Now, I will say off the bat, I am more partial to Green Lantern just because I've been reading him longer and stuff like that, and I like all the Green Lanterns in general and their mythology and stuff. But I am a fan of Doctor Strange too. But even if I'm a fan or not, I cannot be biased. So I would give this one to the Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange.
My dog.
I mean, this guy. I mean, sure, depending what Green Lantern you're talking about. Let's say you're going with Hal Jordan, like the most powerful Green Lantern, has the most will, right? I would still kind of give it to Doctor Strange, just because simple, you could like open a portal, send him to hell, and then what? Like a construct's not getting you out of hell,
right? Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So whether you're fighting Kyle Rayner, even like White Lantern to a certain degree, I don't know, that one might be a little more interesting. That one's a little bit tougher. I'm getting a little ahead of myself with that one. That one would be a little more interesting just because the White Lanterns. But whether John Stewart, Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern, I think the Sorcerer Supreme takes the Green Lanterns or Green Lantern.
That's fair.
Yeah. So that is my answer.
Sorcerer Supreme.
And now
I love that answer.
And now I'm excited because this is your turn again.
All right, here we go.
I like how it's like kind of like hot potato. I just want to throw it back to you.
Toss back. All right, here we go. All right, let's see. Oh, we got a question.
Boom.
We got a question. Okay, we got @not.crusty asks, I believe this is Instagram. Do you think we'll ever get another Superman game? Why or why not? Huh, that's an interesting question.
That is a good question.
Okay, will we ever get another Superman game? Of course, my answer to that would probably be yes, because it's one, they love the iconic characters, they love the iconic, figures and stuff like that. And video games are going to go on forever and ever, amen. Especially as they develop new technologies and ways for us to experience these things. People are going to. So, for instance, virtual reality is expanding dramatically. Yeah. So, at some point, somebody's going to think of the idea of just like with Vader Immortal, somebody's going to think of man, I could create a virtual reality game, a high-end quality with excellent graphics
for sure
of Superman game where you can actually fly,
and that
you are
would be
looking amazing, absolutely freaking amazing. Where you're looking and fighting through from the perspective of Superman. Which, if nobody's thought of that or working on that, please get on that. That would be amazing. Where you can fight as Superman. So my answer to that is yes. We're going to get another Superman game eventually. It'll probably be around the time where we're also getting another Superman movie, which I would say is also inevitable. So the why or why not? The why would be because one, it's just a really profitable character and franchise, and two, we're going to get new technologies and people are going to want to explore those things.
But also, just to kind of put more hope into people's hearts, DC Fandom is happening in August, and they're set to make a WB Games announcement with superheroes. So maybe we get a Superman game.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
That'd be really, really, really cool. I know people are wanting another Arkham
especially
game,
if it's a VR game. Then I'll be like,
I got my Oculus ready.
All right, you're up.
All right,
here we go. Okay. Another round.
I'm gonna be so disappointed in myself.
Eat up.
No, I gotta eat up.
I feel like I willed it into the universe.
Like you're a Green Lantern?
Oh, yes, that's right. That was my construct that you're holding in your hand.
This is horrible.
There's nothing for it, my brother. You just have to spin.
Here we go. What is that one?
Oh, what is that? Roasted marshmallow or stink bug?
Oh, man. Oh,
what the freak does a stink bug?
No, I don't even know. Is that this? That's one of these three, right?
It's one
of these.
Let's see.
Either way, it could be bad.
I think that one might be Stinky Socks.
No way.
All right, we'll go with that one then.
All right,
go with that one. Toasted marshmallow or stink bug?
I hope it's toasted marshmallow. Obviously, because I don't want to have a stink bug in my mouth, but also to be like, see, toasted marshmallow.
All right, here we go. There's nothing for it.
No, I have to have my drink ready because I was starting to gag with that last one. Depending how bad this one is, if it is a bad one, I don't know if I'll be able to swallow this one.
I have less of a gag reflex than you, so I feel a little bit of feel your pain, but I'm also really happy about this.
Oh no, it doesn't smell good. Oh no.
Oh,
no.
I can't even begin. I don't even want to know. Like, what does stink bug taste like? No thanks. No, thank you.
All right.
Here we go. Down the hatch. Let her rip. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say he got the bad one. Don't you do it. You got to taste. Oh, man down. Man down.
Dude. That tasted like the inside of a dog's anus.
Oh, my God. I can smell it.
Can you? Dude.
It smells like stink bug. Oh my God. How do they do that? Dude, it stinks in here now.
It tasted.
Can you smell it?
Tim, I could taste it.
I'm not even joking. It smells like stink bug in the studio.
Oh my God.
Like, that's impressive. Oh my God. Jelly Belly, congratulations. You guys have an excellent chemistry team.
What I want to know is, like how you said, how do you know? Like, who's eating stink? It's like
you researched stink bug. And you're like,
I'll tell you one thing.
Tastes like.
I'll tell you one thing. If I didn't spit that out, there would be real barf on this table. Oh,
dude,
man.
I am just...
Dude, you can smell it in the trash
That's
can.
what I'm telling you.
But I told you I smelt it because I guess it was the stink bug.
Dude, that is unbelievable.
But that also means I did pull the right one. I got the color right.
You were right. You did get that right. But I'm just marveling at the fact that it legitimately smells like a stink bug.
Dude.
So now we're gonna have to empty out this trash because now we're all both stuck with stink bug.
I'm sitting here like swooshing Gatorade through my mouth.
Dude, that is unbelievable. All right, here we go. I'm going to go again.
I swear, if you don't get one,
I don't.
You're due.
I've gotten 3.
You are due.
Question. Question.
Ugh.
We got a question here, gang. All right, so we got Sherlock at Sherloquin asks, what do you guys think or hope the upcoming Green Lantern series on HBO Max will be like? General focus on the core overall, narrowed in on specific lanterns, something else entirely. I'd love to hear some of your thoughts. Thanks for your question, man. That is a very broad question.
I'm dying over here, man. It tastes so bad. Oh, God.
Dude, I cannot believe how much I can still smell.
No, that's what's...
It's literally like phosphorus. I think that might be poison. You might be poisoned. I'm sorry. Jelly Belly is poisoning people.
How does this stuff pass health code?
How does this get past the USDA?
I bought this box at a Target in the candy section.
Wow. Yeah. This is terrorism. This is terrorism. All right. So back to the question. Green Lantern series on HBO Max. Well, for starters, I'm most optimistic because it's in the hands of HBO. So
I can't focus.
I can't focus.
You answer. You answer.
Okay, I got this. You do your thing. So it's in the hands of HBO. HBO has, been notorious for giving us really, really quality content. So I'm really excited about the fact that Warner Brothers is doing a lot of the DC content through their HBO arm. Because they have a lot of great creators, but also there's some really good shepherds in terms of producing that work over on the HBO side. So I think that it's going to be really high quality. I feel confident in that. As far as the actual focus, my guess is that we are going to focus on 1 or 2 lanterns. That's my guess. I want it to be Hal Jordan because I want them to start with one of the key Green Lanterns, one of the key original Green Lantern, even though it's not Alan Scott, but one of the key original Green Lanterns, and then build off of that origin story. We're probably going to start with, let's say, a Jessica Cruz, maybe Jon Stewart combination, or something to that effect. So that would be my guess. Or maybe we'll get, we might get. Wouldn't it be interesting if we did get an Alan Scott?
That'd be very interesting.
If they started us off way back. And that's how maybe the first 1 or 2 episodes where it starts with Alan Scott. Yeah. And it doesn't, that's not who the actual series is focused on, but it starts there.
That would be crazy.
That would be really, really cool. I actually would be thrilled to see them do that. But my guess again is that we're not going to be focused in on one Green Lantern. We might get an origin and then a pass off, and then we're going to get some things that, other characters like a Jon Stewart or Jessica Cruz or a combination of 2, and then springboard off that leads us into the Green Lantern core where we get finally Hal Jordan. For sure. That's my guess.
All right. Now I'm nervous.
You should be, because I can still smell stink bug.
All right. So if would this be 3 in a row? No.
This would be 3 in a row.
Would it?
Oh, wait.
No,
you skipped one. You skipped one. You got one question.
All right. A question.
There we go.
A question. There we go. This is a Twitter question from at Divergence.
Okay.
And he says, or she, do you think in order for DC live action movies to be successful, that maybe they should start from scratch and take their time building up to the grand movie, kind of like Marvel? Yes and no. I think that from the beginning, that's what they should have done.
Right.
I think they should have very much because by now they would have had a super established universe. If they would have done that from Man of Steel, they would be almost in line with Marvel. They wouldn't be that far behind. So from the jump, yeah. I wish that's what they would have done.
Yeah.
Now, as far as fixing it now, I mean, I'm still kind of torn. Part of me is yes, just F it. And just start everything from scratch, but but I like Gal Gadot. I like Henry Cavill as Superman.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there is elements that I do like.
It's because there's so many tools still left on the table.
Right. Yeah. Because they haven't really done all that much with it.
Right.
So there's part of me that would want to go that way, but I think right now the easiest way to still kind of have your cake and eat it too. What we've been talking about on the podcast all the time is just use the Flash movie to do Flashpoint and reset everything. And then you you know, that's just like what comic books do all the time. You could literally, again, have your cake and eat it too, where you'd be like, yeah, all that stuff existed. We did all that stuff. We could even keep the things we like from the previous stuff, like Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill, whoever you want to keep, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, and then recast for, you know, all the stuff you didn't like or didn't work out so well and establish all new continuity. And literally you could fix everything because time travel, you could fix everything, and you know, time travel is not real. So, you know, I know people like to get all sciencey on it, but it's not real, people. We can't go back in time or forward into the future. So, you know, in fiction, you could just think of loopholes and stuff like that to make it work like comic books do all the time. So that's what I would personally do. If like, they're like, Arris, you're in charge of the DC live action movies, I'd be like, well, we're putting everything on pause and getting Flashpoint out first. That way we could establish everything going forward. So that's what I would do. But yeah, I am excited for the Snyder Cut though.
Yes,
I am very excited for that.
We actually just got our first tease.
Yeah, we got a teaser trailer for it, and it looks dope.
It certainly wet the palate a little bit.
It you know, I don't want to get into the weeds again. We've talked about Snyder Cut all the time, I will say it's super intriguing to see how much was left out of the Justice League movie.
Yes.
That wasn't, you know, that it just proves it wasn't what Snyder intended.
Yeah, as we've talked about ad nauseum, it is going to be a very, very different, which again, this is not a surprise. Everybody knows this. This is going to be a really, really different film. And I think that's, well, one, that's why everyone wanted to see it. And two, that's what makes it actually getting released exciting and appealing.
Right.
You know, that's the draw. This is the first time that I can think of where you're getting to see two completely different takes on the exact same film.
For sure. It's kind of like, you know, history in a weird way, right?
Exactly.
Like we've never seen something done like this with a huge blockbuster film released in theaters, you know what I mean? So it's crazy.
Yep.
But it's your turn, Tim.
All right. I would say this probably is going to be our last round.
Okay.
We'll say this is the last two draws.
That makes sense because you started it, so you would go and then I go
and then you end it.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
So that means you have to get an Eat It Up, or I don't have another shot of you eating something bad.
Don't do it. All right, here we go. Oh, it's a question. Dude, jackpot. I got all mine out of the way up front. So okay, so we've got Jay at IJ1515 asks, how did Variant Comics come to be what it is now? Wow.
Ooh,
actually, you just answered this question a little bit on Comic Tom when you went on there.
Oh yeah, that was like a month or so ago.
Yep. So,
plug for Comic Tom, shout out.
Yeah, shout out Comic Tommy. So that is a very long answer. But I guess to sum it up, how we got to be where we are now, a lot of hard work.
It's crazy. 2012.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how long you guys have allowed us to do this, and you guys have come along with us for the ride.
Isn't that a funny thing where like it's always interesting when people say like thank you to us and stuff for making the show, but it's like no, thank you. Without each and every one of you watching and stuff, there is no way, you know, we could continue to do this each and every day and like keep the lights on and all that stuff.
Yeah, my answer to always to that when people thank us, it's always like, hey, the feeling is mutual.
Right.
We work very hard to put out the best quality content we can for you guys, and you guys reciprocate that love back by watching and consuming and commenting and liking and sharing and all this kind of fun stuff. But, you know, as far as how we got to be here logistically, you know, it's like I said, it's just been a lot of hard work, a lot of, you know, coming up with a lot of new ways to expand Variant as a platform. And, you know, we started as obviously a YouTube channel many years ago. And we don't need to go into like the actual origins of Variant. But, you know, over the years, what we've looked to do is branch out to where we have, you know, all of our social media platforms, but now obviously the podcast. And, you know, we have the website that we're actually building up. We got big plans for coming up over the next year, along with a slew of other things. So we're constantly looking for ways to build out the brand and to bring you guys new content. And I think our honest approach to it,
for sure. Like I hope that comes across with like in everything, like, you know, everything we do, like, because, you know, we don't want to talk about anything that because a lot of people are like, why don't you talk about this or that? It's because we want to talk about things we love. You know what I mean? Like, it's super easy to hate and stuff on that, which, you know, every once in a while, if something is bothering us or, you know, hitting us the wrong way, we'll talk about it. But like, it's more fun to talk about the things you love, like Power Rangers Ninja Turtles, one of my favorite, you know, I've been like praising that comic book by Ryan Parrott and Boom Studios. That is just that's like a perfect example of why I like comics, right? Because it's like encompassing like all the stuff from a kid that I loved and putting it together so perfectly. And, you know, it's just, we just want to share I hope the passion that we have for comics and pop culture, like, comes off, and then we could, feel like a family in that way. Because, you do when like you may not know someone, but it's these interests and common, things you have in common that like makes you feel like you know these people and stuff like that. So that's what I love about the comic book community so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just like you just said, it really is our love. That's why we do not really get into the pessimism that you hear a lot of other people get into. We try to avoid that as much as possible. Of course, like you just said, things bother us when we talk about them. But at large, we like to stay positive and talk about the things that we love, that we enjoy. That's why a lot of times, especially when we do reviews, you'll hear people say, is there anything you don't like? Right. And it's because we don't, even if there's something we don't like, we'll tell you the things we don't like generally. Right. But we're not going to bash people. We're not going to, because, that's not a ton of fun. Yeah, it's not the kind of fun we want to have.
And it's not helpful to the community in general. Correct. You know what I mean? That's not going to like really fix anything in that sense, Yeah,
and that's what we are trying to foster is a community, which is where we coined the phrase the Variant Nation for our community. And you guys have always been great. And so that kind of is just a general sum up of how we got where we are. And it's mostly just the love of comics, really hoping to have that come across, and also just reciprocate the love back to you guys.
For sure. But that means fate might do me dirty, or do me. Oh, dude, I could still smell the stink bug.
I know it's living here. That bag's got to go.
But what's crazy is it's gonna sound really gross. I can't tell if it's like still on my breath or if it's coming out of the garbage can. So, and that's trust me, as much as that may be grossing you guys out, it's grossing me out more. All right, last one.
Here we go.
Theoretically, I guess
I feel like I had a bad day is in your cards.
For the audience, it would be better for me to have to eat a jelly bean. But for my personal health, I want to answer a question, guys. All right.
I can't be the only one to have a bad day card here.
God, this one. I got a question.
Oh, come on.
All right.
Fair enough.
This is a Twitter question from Derek Galvik. He asks, why haven't you covered the Transformers line very much? Yeah, I mean, we have done several Transformer episodes. We've done a history.
Over the years.
We've done a couple, but it's kind of just one of those things where, again, I personally love Transformers. I know you like Transformers, but we are, a comic centric channel. So yes, Transformers has plenty of comic books and stuff like that. But it's not something like, Marvel, DC, Boom, IDW. So kind of like that. So we really only talk about Transformers and stuff where it maybe if there's like a really, really good storyline that like, everyone's really digging as a whole, or like if a movie's going to come out or something relevant. So that's probably why we just, for the most part, I think you guys can tell, we try to stay comic centric. So though we talk about stuff we love, like Ghostbusters, anime, Transformers, the reason why we talk about more things comics is because we are a comic book channel.
I think another thing that's affected our willingness, I guess, to cover it is that to be fair, neither of us have really dove into the comic books for Transformers.
That's true.
Not in any kind of a heavy way.
We're
familiar with them. We have seen some of them, but not in any kind of a way to where we're drawn to cover it. And then the times that we have, we've done like an evolution or a history of sort of a thing.
Right.
And the other part of it, I think, too, is that the movies that they've released for them over the last decade or so, they've just been so-so. The franchise was okay.
Right.
And so it was like like we said, we don't like to bash anything. So we talk about it and we cover it and stuff like that. But there hasn't been anything that has made us really want to dive in
for sure
and go nuts with it. But we're both huge fans of like the original cartoon series and some of the newer stuff, the cartoon series and stuff like that. But there's a few reasons, but we will eventually in the future.
For sure. Like I know it's something like some of my favorite episodes are the ones that are kind of like out of the norm. Like when we did a Universal Monsters episode.
Yes.
Because there is a lot of stuff that we love in pop culture that isn't necessarily comic book, that just because, we personally like it, we try to work it in like for special occasions. Like I know, coming up, we're talking about doing kind of like pulp heroes, like the Phantom and the Spirits of people. There's a little group that's been asking for that, and we're going to be doing those episodes later this year. So
and he knows this has been on my radar for many years, particularly like the Shadow. You know how I feel about the Shadow.
And I like Dick Tracy. I'm a fan of Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy, the Shadow. So we're very excited about that one. But I also hope that we get similar to Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
maybe we get a good crossover with the Transformers that we can cover as well.
For sure. If memory serves me correctly, I think the Ghostbusters just did a crossover with the Transformers, which the Ghostbusters movie is coming out, I believe, next year. So
maybe we'll take a second look at it.
For sure, 100%. That's
if you guys would like to see that, let us know.
But with that said, Tim, we don't have to eat any more beans.
I think that, I'm actually surprised how little we actually ate.
Well, you ate 3 because you got, because you had a bad,
no, was it 3 or, yeah, it was
3.
Okay.
Because you got Eat Up, which is 1, and then I had a bad
2.
day, which is 2. And I got 2 because I just pulled 2 Eat Ups. So, I mean, you still had 3 though.
I think you got the worst one. The stink bug.
Dude, the smell.
I think that was the worst one.
But could you smell the other ones when you were smelling them?
No.
So that one, I told you, I could smell it.
As soon as it broke in your mouth, I could smell it.
Could you imagine like swallowing that sucker? I couldn't do it. I would have barfed.
The other one is rotten egg. You try rotten egg.
Like right now?
Yeah, just go ahead and grab one.
No, thank you. Maybe for a future episode.
Not today,
but not
Satan.
today. I know that the audience would really like that. Not gonna happen.
Whatever. We'll be back here doing this again.
For sure. Yeah. Let us know if you guys like this idea, because again, maybe we could. I mean, now that we've done it, I'm a little less like, yeah, we'll do it again. But like, if you do like it. We'll do it again.
Oh yeah,
we'll do it again.
We're gonna find different ways, because at least once a month we're gonna be taking questions from you guys. It might not be the entire episode like today, but we do want to get into a more regular pattern of taking questions from you guys at least once a month, where we answer a good handful or so of questions from you guys and keep that communication going.
Yeah, we kind of want to do fun things like this too, to where it kind of like quote unquote spice it up. But speaking of spice it up, we were talking about doing the Hot Ones challenge.
Yes,
here. So
that is an idea, because when he came up with this, I was like, it'll be fun. The Hot Ones challenge on the show, maybe with the questions as well. So if you guys would like to see us do that.
Can you imagine trying to explain like why, I don't know, Dr. Manhattan is more powerful than so-and-so
while dying?
Your mouth is on fire?
That actually would probably be a lot of fun.
Because an issue...
you ever see, was it Chili Klaus? You ever see him where he scratches his ears?
Dude. Yeah. So shout out to Hot Ones for being awesome.
Yeah. Little plug for Hot Ones there, as if they need it.
Right. But with all that said, though, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we hope we gave good answers with all the awesome questions. I will say that too. Yeah, you guys gave some awesome questions.
Great questions.
And Tim mentioned it earlier. There's a handful in here that actually are going to spark some topic ideas for podcasts in general. We're like, oh, that would be a solid like podcast topic in general. Yeah. So look out for those in the future.
Yeah, you guys are smart ones.
Yeah.
So thanks for all the questions.
But with all that said, guys, we'll see you next time when we talk about all things comics.